I am the business coach, and I will be helping you develop in your professional career. It's Women's History Month, and today we are honoring some of the most empowering and inspiring young ladies on South Carolina State University's campus, and some of my amazing friends. And we can't wait to share our stories with you, and hopefully, you are inspired, motivated, and determined to become one of those women one day. For our special guest in the building, we have Miss Tiana Southern Bell from Charleston, South Carolina, a fashion merchandise specialist and Miss South Carolina State University. Also, we have Miss Julie, a South Carolina State student majoring in biology with a minor in chemistry and aspires to be a gynecologist. We have some additional special guests in the building. Miss Kayla Lyons, graduating senior from Stephen Austin State University, and a current news reporter for KLTV, where she currently resides in East Texas. She's also a media marketing communications professional. She talks about her story where she states, "My professional career took off after I realized that being a doctor was no longer a dream of mine, and I chose to fulfill my childhood dream to be on TV 2 years into college." So she's going to explain why she's a phenomenal woman and some advice for young ladies in the professional world today. Also have Miss Rafero, and she is founder of Upstep and author of the book The Internship. She will be discussing why she created her business Upstep for international students, and she'll be talking about her new book The Internship and how it can help you as an international student in the future. So, thanks for tuning into The Business Coach. I hope you enjoyed this series. Good afternoon, guys, and welcome back to the Business Coach. Here today, I have with me Miss Julie and Miss Tiana, and we are going to discuss our sister panel today. So, are y'all excited?
Of course.
Yeah. So let's get to it. All right. So, Tiana, let's go to you first. Talk about your career field a little bit, and just elaborate more on what you want to do after you graduate.
Okay, well, currently I'm a senior fashion merchandise major studying at South Carolina State. With my field, it's more of the business side of fashion. I started when I got here was I wanted to go into buying, which is buying clothes, fashion shows, and selling them in your wholesale store or your company. For me, after an internship that I did over the summer, I actually changed my career path and not much of a change. I'm still in the business side of fashion, but now I'm more into like the communication side of it, so like PR and media and marketing.
So where did you go for your internship? Because I know you went overseas.
So over the summer, I got accepted in this program that allowed me to spend 3 months over in Milan, Italy. I worked with a fashion company called Sarah Fine Silk. And it was a menswear company. It's pretty big in Italy, but it's a small company. So because it was a small company, I was able to endure different objectives of the company. So I was able to do sales, I was able to do marketing, branding. I think that's what kind of pulled in the PR stuff, especially when it came to event planning and gathering things together. And then I realized also that it was natural, it was easy organization, getting things together. I plan all the time, especially the position that I'm currently in, like at school. The events and having things together and going places and gathering information. But yeah, I spent 3 months over in Italy. On the weekdays I work, on the weekends I play.
Party hard, okay. And by the way, she is Miss South Carolina State University. And let's kind of dive in a little bit more. So talk about how was it being a minority
story, you know, in like going overseas in Italy, you know, because I know it's not any of us.
Yes. Part of my program, I was around predominantly white students. There's probably a good 3 female, and yes, only 3 female African Americans. With my company, it was just me. I was only African American, and to start off, it was honestly a little rough. And in Italy, their mannerism is a lot different from us Americans, and because I'm from the South, have a little bit more charm, you know, a little bit nice, a little bit sweeter. In Italy, it's straightforward. Like, it's straight to the point. Like, okay, if you do something wrong, it's like you did this wrong. Like, are you incompetent? And those are the exact words that we use. So if I were to mess something up, or for me, this was an internship. I never worked in retail. I was working more with kids and like camps and all stuff there, but I never worked in retail. But I always had internships that were like in fashion. So once I got over there, it was like, okay, this is a learning opportunity. I prayed about it. Like, something. When I go over here, I want to grow. I want to grow in my field. I want to grow my faith. I want to grow myself. Got there and definitely grew. So when you pray for it, best believe it, He's gonna prepare you for it. And so as I got there, I definitely had to deal with understanding that I have to work 20 times harder than my partners around me. And it was because it was a small company. It was probably me, my boss, her photographer, and then another intern from the program. And she was of an Asian background, and so she was on her game. So I had to be on my game plus more. So when everybody else would be able to go back to our apartments, which we all lived in different apartments, it was really nice. If I can explain all that. When we would have to go back, they could probably chill and all go out. But for me, I necessarily wanted to work a little bit harder because there was things that I was still learning that some of them kind of already knew. And so if you didn't know, it was like, what are you doing? Like, why are you here? And in the beginning, it was tough. And I didn't understand why like she was so tough on me until the end. She was like, you're a hard worker and you do a lot of great things, but your vision is broad. And sometimes I just want you to bring it in. So you have to learn how to adjust with different companies and all stuff there, and cultures and the language barriers. So I had to pick up on Italian. Few things, don't ask me a whole bunch of questions on that part, but yeah, there's a few things on Italian, but yeah, it was different.
So I think the biggest thing from that was adaptability.
Yeah.
Right. Being able to adapt in different environments. And I think that's key for, you know, especially women, when we go into these dominant male fields. I know for me, I'll be commissioning as a second lieutenant and graduating in May from South Carolina State University, of course. And the hardest part is really working with males and being able to lead them without all of the extra comments and etc. Because we all know that men, they don't really like to be led by women. So it's definitely a different environment. So let's move to you, Julie. So let's talk about your career field and what you plan on doing.
Okay, so I am a biology major with a minor in chemistry here at the South Carolina State University. And I plan on becoming the obstetrician gynecologist. So after school, I'm going to medical school, and then I'll do my residency and become an OBGYN. So basically.
Okay. All right, so what made you kind of want to go into the medical field? Like, what was your inspiration with that?
I was just talking about it with a student, and honestly, I think Grey's Anatomy, The Cosby Show.
I'm currently watching that.
Like, I don't know, it's weird to say, but honestly, that's what really made me want to be an OBGYN. You know, he was an OBGYN, and I just, it was fake, but, you know, that's something that I took, and I said, okay, maybe I can be that. I can live the good life. I like science. Might as well.
Might as well do it.
Might as well. So I think that's really, honestly, what it was.
So do you think when minority students come to college, do you think it's very hard for them to figure out what field they want to dive into? Let's talk about that.
It is, because we are a great people, and we can do so many different things. I think like when students come, like I know there's been a lot of students in my major that has left, not necessarily because they couldn't do it, but because, okay, well, they had a bright idea. Well, let me do this instead of this, because like there's so many different things that we as the people can do we like get out and see what we can do, then
Yeah, I know for me, when I first got here, I actually wanted to be in the criminal justice department, right? And my family was like, no, you're not doing that. There's not enough money in that. And so I kind of had to change like my career course a little bit. And then I figured out that, okay, it's one of two things. It's either biology or it's agricultural business. I wasn't going in biology, even though I love science. I wasn't going in biology because I knew I was going to be as committed as I am now in business, because business has taught me so much about myself. It has developed me professionally. It helps me articulate my words now. You know, every time I walk around, everybody's like, oh my God. And so now, you know, I walk with a certain confidence, because even though I ended up majoring in agricultural business, that's actually not the field that I want to go into, because I realized that I fit more in like marketing or business management and human resources. So now that I look at that and I see that, in the military, I'll actually be in the AG Corps and I'll be doing human resources. So to get that experience and being able to advance further than my peers, I think, you know, once I get out of the military, whenever that is, then I'll be able to just kind of transition easily with these companies. So let's talk about, have y'all been on any like business trips here, you know, through your matriculation at South Carolina State University? Any like conferences or anything? Trick question?
It's different. Like, yeah, I've been on like business trips, and conferences. Okay, well, I guess I can say there was a Black Scholars Leadership Conference probably towards this. It was a semester, and we went over to USC, and it was basically like a networking type of event. That was pretty nice, but other than that, like mostly it comes. I would say it's like a state-owned film. State was like created this. Type of thing.
That's how it is. Like, I've been to like networking things, but I did research here, and that showed, like, I know I want to be OBGYN, but sometimes, you know, you grow and you may fall out of it, and then you want to have a backup plan. Doing research, I know that I would never want to do research. Like, being in a lab all day, that's not my thing. So I think that was an experience for me.
I know for me, I traveled to about 3 different places. First, I went to Detroit for a national Black case competition, where we actually won first place for the school. And then I went to Washington, D.C. a couple of days after that and went to the Thurgood Marshall conference, scholars conference. And, you know, of course, it's the top students that they choose to go to represent the schools. And then I went to Chicago for a global leadership conference where I met people from all around the world. And I think through all those experiences, it just really opened my eyes to the opportunities that I have and how I can be able to develop in my career. And I think for us as minorities, and even especially for young women, you know, we have so much empowerment.
Yes.
You know, and I think that if women start to believe in that, and that's what the Sister panel is for, because we are all successful in our own way, right? And we want to be the inspiration for the other young professionals out there. So I think, do y'all want to elaborate on that? Like, how do y'all feel? What do y'all want to do to be able to help the next, you know, generation that's coming? How do y'all want to be able to help them? You know, I know I have my business now, of course, a business coach, where I provide you guys to them so they can see what success looks like. And I'm so thankful for y'all coming here today.
Thank you. I know at least my purpose in life is definitely to inspire and motivate. So every time that I do some event that I host, every time I speak, my first thing is to pray. Like, God, can you guide my words so that it meets somebody in this audience, or that they can receive whatever you need for them to hear through me. There's nothing that I say that I've done on my own. I haven't. I definitely give that all to Him, because everything that I have is definitely because of God. So for me, like I said, mine is really to inspire and motivate. So it's just creating different things and outlets to engage the youth, to engage a different type of audience. I know that as I've transitioned into public relations, I kind of like to tie how I can use fashion in a way to reach other people. And my whole thing is, I know I just recently did an event where I did retail therapy, and that was basically just combining fashion and mental health, because I feel as though mental health is something that not a lot of Black communities talk about. And then including that with women empowerment is like just uplifting words and just speaking life into yourself. I think that's really exciting. Kind of like to use fashion as a way to be like, okay, when you look good, you feel good. Right? It may not change your mind like dramatically, or like, oh, it's gonna like take away all the effects of mental illness and depression and anxiety, but like it gives you a confidence boost, like it puts a little bit of pep in your step, and then you can just realize or see how to use that to alter certain mechanisms of like depression or like feelings. I mean, why not?
Why not?
Right.
And I know for me, when I definitely take care of myself because I am constantly working with the military, I think being able to put on a nice dress,
I'm good. Getting up a little straighter.
Your smile is brighter, so I think that's good. What about you? How do you plan to influence this generation?
Well, I mean, for me, I struggle sometimes in classes, and I think like if I can do all of the things that I do outside of my class, because I'm in a lot of organizations, so I feel like if I can balance that, maybe if I wasn't in all those organizations, I could study a little more, and then I wouldn't have to struggle. But if I can do all of that and then still be in the threes with my GPA and still like have my scholarships and do all of these things, and I feel like they can do it as well. Right. Because I do a lot of stuff, and then I put my education on the back burner sometimes, which is not okay. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Education first.
Education is always first, but I feel if I can still do that and still be a scholar, then
anyone can do it, right?
I've been on that path too. Like, before getting to college, like high school, I mean, I guess you consider it like being an underdog, like kind of overlooked. Yeah, you had your academics, but like I wasn't as high as I am right now. The moment I got to college, things changed. Attitude changed because my environment was now different. I wasn't around the same people anymore, so it allowed me to alter. All right, Shana, who is that one that you want to become? Like, what is the goal? And then living up to that. Right. So writing it down. Okay, this is what I want to accomplish. This is the steps I need to take to get here, and just being true to yourself and like being true to yourself. I don't know, like just being you, like not caring about what everybody else thinks, and understanding that other people have feelings, so watch your words. Like other people take things differently, so just be, conscientious about how and what you say to people, or how you move, or how you do things. It's just be yourself, have fun, like live life, like. It's short.
It's not as long as it was back in the
when it seemed like
900 years old. And I will say I'm a very outspoken person, but at the end of the day, I still have in the back of my mind, okay, well, this person has feelings. Yeah. And I'm not the type to ever tear anybody down. And I use the jokes that, like, I joke around a lot, and I use it to make people feel better. And that's like the type of person that I've always been. So it's been like I've been building on that, because in high school I did the same thing. I was always in a whole bunch of stuff. I played sports. I was in marching band. And then the work was easier in high school, so I really didn't worry about it. Then when I got here, it's like, okay, well, Julie, you can't do all of this stuff.
All at
once. But anything is possible, honestly.
You can. I think that's what I learned. Just balancing. And
work life balance.
Take that after college, just balancing life, like balancing social life, balancing academic life.
Exactly.
Still get my master's.
I can even elaborate with you guys. Like when I first got here, I was all about having fun. I think I was out every day. And it was situations that occurred that really just kind of changed my course of action. Of course, I always had goals, and when I got here, I didn't have a scholarship. I didn't have anything. I even had a high school guidance counselor tell me, like, I wouldn't make it in college. So And you hear that a lot from the Black community,
Yeah.
and with someone not believing in you. So whoever said that to you, you can make it and you will make it.
Definitely can.
And I can tell you now, from that point forward, losing friends, cutting out social life, period, and just kind of focusing on myself, going through depression and anxiety, mental illness is very, very important, because you do suffer from it, especially when you have a lot on your plate.
It's a silent thing.
And it's a silent thing, and you don't really like to speak about it because you feel that you're embarrassed. But I know for me, I look at all of those experiences and I just reflect back. And now, me being a part of 4 organizations, 2 to be honor societies, and 1 business fraternity, and hopefully more in the future, just elaborating on all of that, and being an ROTC, and working as a student ambassador, and doing my schoolwork, and maintaining a high GPA. It's possible. Nothing is impossible if you put your mind to it.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I don't really have a big social life, but what I can say, I have created a name and brand for myself on this campus that will take me a long way. And when I need someone, by building those connections and focusing on your goals and aspirations, I am able to walk off this campus and come back on this campus and be able to once again help somebody out with programs and etc. And that's what I kind of want to do with the business coach, is put programs on the campus for our students so they can be successful in business, in all aspects of business, and be able to maybe one day have their own business.
Right.
Self-employment is the best employment. I'm telling you that right now. Okay, do not depend on these big companies like Microsoft and Dell, because don't let them limit your potential, because your potential is so big, it's so bright, and we are allotted a lot of technology these days, and we have more opportunities than our parents, back in the day, our grandparents. So we can utilize that now to be able to help each other. It's just all about coming together.
That's what it is.
That's all
That's
it is.
So with that.
That's all it is.
That's all it is.
That's
Do you think us as, a race, and let's talk about women for a second. Do you think that sometimes we are maybe envy or jealous of one another, trying to make it to the next level? Like, say for instance, we don't help someone because we feel like they're going to block our blessing. What do you think about that? Have you witnessed that or experienced that?
Definitely, especially, I won't say especially on this campus, but like in our community, it's a lot of times where girls have issues with each other, and it's like, instead of you to be tearing each other down, work it out, build each other up. No one wants to see anyone rise up above them because they want to be better than the next person. And I feel like, y'all both can be better together. And it's sad because that's how our community goes about things nowadays. That's how it should be.
Women take on so much.
It's so much.
Yeah.
And it really sucks because it hinders friendships. It hinders friendships that you would love to. For me, I've never been that type of person. Anything that was for me is supposed to be for me. If it wasn't, cool. And then understanding that your gift and your talent is different than somebody else. Like me, you can start a nail company, but your technique will be completely different from my technique. So why am I so worried about you stealing something when you can't necessarily do what I do because my gift is different? And I think once everyone starts to realize that, then you can kind of uplift a little bit more. And I just feel like it's nice to have powerful friends around you.
Exactly.
I
don't want to be the only one.
You want a powerful group around you. You can dang, I see what you're doing, and right now I'm not really in that place now, but I want to get there, and you're the type of friend that inspires me to get there.
Exactly.
You just work together with each other up.
And not get there because, I'm going to get above you.
Right.
Because I see, as my friend, I want to be, not like you, but because you're my friend for a reason.
Right. You're supposed to feed off each other.
Exactly. So.
Right. You can't feed off of dead plants.
Yeah. And you know what? I definitely understand.
That's right.
You can't feed up. You're right. And I know for me, I think think it was like sophomore year, I had to let some people go. And I had to surround myself with people who were on the same level as me, but also with people who were excelling above me. And I wasn't envy of that. I was actually, let me learn so I can get where you are, and then we can excel together.
Right.
And I think that's one of the things in the business department that they teach us, maximize all of your opportunities and resources as much as possible. And it doesn't matter if you use a person or if you use, a website or if you use secondary resources. All of that at the end of the day can contribute to something bigger other than yourself. So ultimately doing something for someone other than yourself and making an impact on individuals' lives. And I think that's most important for me. Because when people be like, oh my gosh, Bernie, I just really love your work and what you do, I'm just like, don't love me. Just love the fact that I'm trying to make an impact, and let's work together.
Right.
And that's why I wanted to do this today, because if we all come together as one, we will be able to be successful no matter what. And I think people are really going to enjoy this. What do y'all think?
I hope so.
They love it. Oh my God. Anything else that y'all want to say to just the young women out there, or anything in the future that y'all may have coming up?
I would say stay focused. Learn to love who you are. Learn to love who you're becoming. Learn to love where you're going, and use all the gifts and talents God has given you, because things are short. Like focus on the day that you're currently in. I know that I can get anxiety or something like that when I try to plan way too far in advance. I'm like, dang, I gotta do this, and this. And it's okay to have like a type of organization, but know that things will change. And adjust to change. It's okay. You want to grow. Just stay true to who you are, and don't live for nobody else but you and God. Because who else? Where else?
Nobody else matters.
Nobody else matters. But understand that with everything that you do, it comes with the price of somebody else. So just pay it forward. Always pay it forward.
Exactly what she said. And always pray. That is the biggest thing.
Yes.
Always pray. You got this. Can't no one stop. I always think, okay, well, if somebody can do it, then I can do it too. It's not that hard. That's it. It's not that hard.
I think definitely building a relationship with Christ is a big thing.
It's a huge thing.
Because you're more aware of yourself. That foundation. You're more aware of what you can do and what you cannot do.
Right.
And God has blessed each and every one of us with a gift. And our gift and purpose will show and will happen if we start to invest in ourselves, in our own purpose, in our own gift, and not focus on trying to be someone that we're not. So the biggest lesson here today is be you, and don't follow after anybody else.
Right. You got a dream, go for it. Don't be back.
Yes, go for all your dreams, honey. If you got 10,000 dreams, go for all 10,000, because you never know which one is going to be the deal breaker for you, and you may be a billionaire one day.
Just pay for it. Pay for it. Have you guys heard of the butterfly effect?
I heard it from you.
I
I feel the butterfly effect all the time, but it's basically like if I say something like nice to you, it'll make you want to carry that out and spread it with others. So that's the butterfly effect. It's like even like bees, you pick up the pollen, you transfer that pollen to different flowers, and that's basically what it is. That's what you just did is.
Yeah.
Just using that and just spreading it out there, and you hear this, and you're gonna tell somebody else about it.
I'm the bee
Show
picking up the
somebody
pollen.
the video.
Picking up the pollen right now.
Right.
Well, you look pretty, and you look pretty. So we're gonna spread that today. It's a Good Friday.
It is.
Weather's nice. But I want to thank you guys so much again for coming to the series and just expressing everything about you and what makes you so inspirational. And I really appreciate that. And I hope the best, the very best for your future endeavors. And
Thank you.
thanks for stopping by, guys.
Bye. Bye.
Two things that I think make me a phenomenal woman. The first is having the wisdom to understand that it is always more beneficial to be the student rather than to be the teacher. There are so many amazing and wonderful lessons that people are willing to pour into you if you allow yourself to be teachable. I know for me, I would not be where I am right now had I not gotten the advice of people who have walked in my path before me and can tell me, hey, I did this, but it would have been more beneficial if you do this. So I think that taking other people's advice and being willing to receive that is one thing that has gotten me super far. Another thing is being willing to out hustle everybody else. At the end of the day, it is not how smart you are, it is how much more time are you willing to put in to perfect your craft than the other person. That may look like staying up an hour extra studying or staying at an internship or a job an extra hour, but everybody doesn't do that, and so that will set you apart, and somebody is always also watching. So people seek out those hardworking people that are willing to do that extra thing or go that extra mile. So I think being able to out hustle everybody else and always being teachable is something that has gotten me far and make me a phenomenal woman.
I am the founder of Up a Step, where I found this with two other amazing individuals, where we celebrate, empower, and encourage college students. We also focus on international students, helping them with resources on tackling things like the job search, we also have student entrepreneurs and just students who are growing in their communities. I also released my first ebook just 2 weeks ago. To date, I have 512 downloads, which is titled Where is the Internship? So definitely check it out. It talks of the struggles of an international student searching for a job, searching for an internship. I share all of that, from the highs, the lows, the many, many no's, until how it eventually happened, how I managed to ace. And I would say that I am a phenomenal woman because I am a diverse individual and a diverse woman. I would say that I'm diverse because of all of the challenges and setbacks that I faced. But what makes me the phenomenal woman is how I've decided to change my mentality and tackle them. Take those challenges and see them as opportunities to not only create more opportunities for myself, but more opportunities for other people. There's this saying that when you educate a woman, you educate a village, and that's exactly what I'm doing. That's what makes me and all you beautiful women out there phenomenal women.
I hope you all enjoyed the Business Coach today with the Women Empowerment Sister panel series. Thanks for tuning in. And Women's History Month is not just about the history of women, but it's also about honoring the phenomenal women in today's society. So, thanks for tuning in. Until next time, I am the Business Coach.